Hello subscribers, welcome to a live stream of AD&D's Curse of the Azure Bonds Remastered. The good guys lose again today. Those 4 black dragons are just pretty darn tough, especially when they get their charm person in. That drastically changes things in their favor. Hey Bo, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? It's going great here. Alright, I gotta see what save game file to load. Is it I? It's either I or B. I don't think it's I. Actually, it is I think. Yeah, because we got our barbarian to the next level. Monk. Yep. Oh, yeah, okay. This is where I went to Zeno Keep. We were doing some fights. All right, let's see how close we are to level up on everybody else. Cavalier's close, so we definitely want to do a few more fights. Let's go over by the inn. Clerics. You're doing good. Glad to hear that, Bo. How's everything been going for your YouTube channel, Tech Guy Bo? All right, Bo, we're going to have you use Sonic Blast here. One of the clerics is confused. Let's see if we can do domination on the cleric. Nice. Got him for 7 rounds. Let's try another Sonic Blast. Confused. Perfect. You're doing good? Very busy? Gotcha. Took on a little too much work. That happens. Definitely happen. Is there any end in sight of that work? Wow, this cleric has terrible stats. 9 strength, 6 intelligence, 9 wisdom, 14 dexterity, 8 constitution, 8 charisma. That is terrible. There we go. Three quarrels. That's the only magic item. Take it. Mages and bodyguards. Oh boy. Untargetable. So these two have invisibility or something on them. Ooh, nice. Stun that one. Let's see. Bo can still do a Sonic Blast. Let's give it a shot. Let's see how many we can get here. Panicked, stunned. Unaffected. Begins casting. Oh boy. Ooh, suggestion. I'm glad. I don't think it worked because I think it tells you, well, actually, you may not know until the next round. Let me look. No, it didn't work. Good. All right, let's see here. Saztam, totally out of Sonic ability. Moody, let's summon some animals. Haste. Oh, that one has stone skin, I think. Do have cause blindness. I'd like to get that on the fighter, but I don't think I can reach him. Untargetable. Blinded. Got the mage blinded. That's good news. Wild boar destroyed the shield on the fighter. Nice. Will we find anything magical? 2 experience in items, so it sure doesn't look like it. They had a leather saddle. Take it. Okay, let's get our spells back. What about this cleric? What does he have? He shouldn't have druid spells. Charming, Zentil, clerics. And them having listed druid spells. They don't really have any memorized, but it acts like they can memorize some, which was always built into the game, and you didn't know it because you couldn't charm them and look at them like this. So what do we want to get cleric-wise at level 3? Prayer is always a good bet. And hold person. And first... Curse, detect magic, protection from evil. Hey, Bowladder, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Okay, Moody, you do a recall. Do some more fights. Okay, we got some mages. Run all the way back there and try to punch that one. Fail. Sonic Blast. How many can we hit? 3? You shall not cast. Wanders away, but he's stuck. Okay, bow ladder. Let's have you use Sonic Blast. Not bad. Domination. Unaffected. Destroyed his dagger and stunned him. Try another Sonic Blast. Good, he's enraged. Yeah, exactly, Jerry. You shall not pass. Welcome to the stream, by the way. How are you doing? You shall not cast. See, this guy has no effect. Hey, Jimmy, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Knocked the dagger out of his hand like you see in the movies. Yeah, and he broke it at the same time. That's a commanding move. Okay, that guy's under control for 5 rounds. Thanks for giving JRPG the shout out there, Jimmy. Old person. Nice. Mage goes down. Whoa, Bowladder's on a 25 stream watch streak. Holy moly. That's dedication there. Destroyed his shield. I'm liking the item destruction. Adds a whole new dimension. Destroyed his shield. Now that's a strong punch, Jimmy. Punched so hard you broke his shield. He's enraged. Alright, so far no magic items from these, which is perfect. That's what it should be. Only got 2 experience. Wonder what would be giving us experience. Some of these are probably magical. Some of the quarrels. Let's do detect. No, I don't see any. So I don't know what would be worth money there. Hey, Hamedic, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Where is my gap besides the left side of DFortae's chair? He moved the cam or zoomed in a bit more from yesterday. It's probably because I'm not sitting straight in the chair. Is that any better? Yeah, I don't see anything that'd be worth 2 experience. Okay, Moody's ready for a level up. Nice. We definitely want to get that done. Higher level druid. That's a big deal. Magic. Old persons. This cleric's probably going to leave us as we travel to a town. That's okay. But we need to go train. Doing well here. Oh, Ham, thanks so much for the 30 bits. And the, what is that guy's name? Is it Skeletor? The He-Man guy? The giant Skeletor. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I always appreciate your generosity, Ham. Hey, Jeff, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Still can't see the left side of the chair. Well, I didn't move the camera. Camera is always locked on my monitor. It's pinned on my monitor. Gold Box Gang. That's right. Not Fat Albert, but DFortae in the Gold Box game. Must be zoomed in. Yeah, I don't touch any of that stuff. I know you probably don't believe me, but I don't. I don't touch the zooms. I don't touch any of it. So the only thing I can think of is like when I have different games I play, those are cropped at different camera positions because of the window size. So that could be part of it, but I have been playing this same game for like 6 streams in a row, so that should not be it. My video card crashed either the night before or the 2 nights ago. I don't know if that threw everything off. Ah, there's no training hall there. Okay, journey on to Vunlar. We know there's one in Vunlar. Store. Okay, Moody, you take 200. Here we go, level 9 Druid. Hey, Moody and Toothless, welcome, guys. How are you doing? Jimmy says maybe there was an earthquake, Ham, that may have shifted things. I guess it's possible, one that I didn't sense. All right, let's see if Moody gets a higher level. Oh, yeah. Level 5 Druid spell. Here we go. You're doing well. Glad to hear that, Moody. It's warming up. Did you shut off Operation Faucet Drip? Yeah, level up. Level 5 Druid spell is a huge deal. Especially this animal growth spell, which is what we're memorizing. Animal growth. I mean, animal reduce is awesome too, but they get a chance to resist that. Okay, let's go back to Zeno Keep. We're getting some good fights in. So far, we haven't got any magic treasure for them, which is what it should happen with the economy adjustments. We'll see. There's small chance we'll get something. Okay. Priest Sabine. The enemy is feeling overwhelmed. Allow them to flee. No. No flee for you. Animal growth starts to do worse as you level up. It actually it doesn't give you as much of a boost because your hit dice are already high. But right now we got 22 strength from it. Huge hit point boost there too. Look at that damage. He's a giant. I really want to make the sprites larger with enlarge and with animal growth and reduction, but that'd be quite a challenge. I'll have to see if, in the future if I can do it. Chainmail's destroyed. Look at Toothless. Hitting so hard he's destroying the chainmail. Ooh, 108 experience and items. Hey, Mr. Spock. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Toothless says, wait, what is the main difference between enlarge and animal growth again? So enlarge only works on one character. And it only works to increase strength, essentially, for humanoids or monsters. But it does so based on height. It only makes them grow up to, I don't know, like 10 or 11 feet. I don't remember what the height is, which can make you up to fire giant strength or frost giant. I'm not sure. So you get the Phaco bonus, you get the damage bonus. And it lasts a long time. Enlarge lasts a long time, but it only affects one character. What animal growth does is, the way I implemented it, it increases hit dice up to the equivalent of, like, I think a fire giant size. So if your hit dice are below that, you'll get a percentage increase to the hit dice of the fire giant, which I don't remember what it is, 10 or 11, something like that. So if you're already at like level 9 or 10 and have 10 hit dice, you're not going to get increased in size hardly at all. But if you're smaller, then the chance to get the increase can be huge. But the most you can ever be is doubled. So in doing so, you get more hit points because the hit dice actually go up, and it's temporary. And then you get the proportional strength bonus. So right now it's 22 because our level's so low where we get the hit dice bumped up. As we get higher level, it's going to actually go down. We may only get 21 or 20 strength. But it affects everyone within like 10-foot range or something. So, and it's short. The duration's short. So there's advantages and disadvantages to both. Enlarge will work on monsters. Animal growth will only work on animals, which there's a lot of things that are animals, but there's also a lot of things that are monsters. So that was a long-winded answer, but that's the main differences. You're doing well, Mr. Spock. Glad to hear it. No one escapes. That's right. Mr. Spock. Little typo there. Jappy Wednesday. I mean, happy Wednesday. Ham posted the difference with today and yesterday in the Discord. Yeah, I talked about it on my enhancements list on there. Moody's on a 10 stream watch streak. Wow, nice. Oh, you're talking about the chair. I was obsessed with where I'm positioned on the chair. Toothless says, wait, what if you are small like a gnome or a dwarf? The same rules? It's a good question. So animal growth is based on the hit dice. And I think it says it can double. It can go up to double. I think the way SSI implemented enlarge is wrong. Because I think it says you can increase up to 200% in size, but they'll make dwarves be able to become as large as, you know, some of the giants. So I need to look on that because I may need to actually fix that. But yeah, right now it's the same rules on dwarves or gnomes or halflings for that matter. You got good news and you got bad news, Moody? It's one of those typo days, yeah. Tom says, even Jimmy believes me about the chair. Hey, Primal, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Sure, sure. Okay, so let's see what we found. Oh, Toothless is ready for a level up. Something here is magical. Let's see what it is. Magic Mace. Nice. We definitely want spares considering item damage can happen. Trying to look at who can use it. I think boat ladder. Use flails. You can use mace. Okay, so you'll take the mace. There'll be a spare. So you see the hit points here? How high the hit points are? Because of animal growth. Now watch how quickly it wears off. I'll do a look command, which is 10 minutes. I'll do another one. Another one. Is it not refreshing? It wasn't refreshing. It only lasts probably, I think, like 10 minutes, maybe 20. Whereas enlarge will last for turns. So I need to make when animal growth wears off from look command, refresh party hit point list. The other thing is, I wonder if I have it in the description too. So it can do up to maximum of 8 within a 2-inch square area. They grow to twice their normal size. Effects of growth are doubled hit dice and doubled damage. Lasts for 2 melee rounds for each level of the druid. Okay. Where's enlarge? No, I don't have enlarge because I'm a mage. Okay, let's go to plan. Go to the store. Getting low on platinum. The economy fixes are working. Toothless, level 7 Cavalier. So these increased, but it's still not high enough to roll over. Okay. Still 1.5 attacks. All right. Mr. Spock says, is there some sort of chair conspiracy I'm missing here? I saw the photo. I had no idea I was looking at. Yeah, Ham has this theory that I move and manipulate the camera or zoom in. I don't do anything. So if it's happening, it's outside of my control. You got a job today, Moody? What? But then you got fired 5 hours later? What the heck happened? Worked at a shoe store. Customer gave me attitude, so I gave it right back. Manager and corporate are spineless. Ah, okay. They didn't teach you, Moody, that the customer's always right. Oh, well, sorry to hear that. That's a bummer. Well, the good news is you did get a job. But unfortunately, it's a bummer. Short-lived. Okay, animal growth. And we're going to remember. Al Bundy would be proud because of the chair. Oh, the shoe store. Yeah, he did work at a shoe store, didn't he? Strongly disagree about the customer's always right. Well, yeah, it doesn't mean that the customer's always right, literally. You know that. It means that if you want to make a sale, the customer's always right. And if you want to have happy customers, the customer's always right. Which is why management didn't like that. Okay, let's see here. What do we want to do? Do we want to try to charm someone, or are we doing animal growth again? Let's do animal growth again. Let's do it right here. Okay. Bow ladder. Let's have you... Actually, let's just have you go pummel the mage. Okay, now let's take someone under control with domination. Untargetable. These guys are invisible. They have invisibility, 10-foot radius. Yeah, as they're attacking, it's disappearing. Okay. Mr. Spock says, yeah, you really have to bite your tongue in customer service. Rudy says, sorry, but I am one that has no problems calling people out. You don't have to apologize. You just, you know, you just have to deal with consequences in either case. You get fired. If management doesn't like it. But yeah, that's your choice. Primal says, I agree with you, Moody, but the only time it doesn't apply is if you own an establishment. For the record, the customer is always right. Idiom is actually the customer is always right in matters of taste. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's one of those deals. You own a business, you definitely have to be careful of that, or you'll get a bad reputation and then you'll get no business. And that's what the management's scared of. They don't want to lose the business. But yeah, that's rough dealing with customers with attitudes. That's why I would never get into that kind of work. I don't have to do that kind of work, so I don't have to put up with that. But I'd imagine being like a waiter or waitress, customer service, that would be some of the hardest jobs to do. Putting up with people's attitudes would be challenging. It's actually one of the reasons why I got into programming, so I wouldn't have to deal with people much. You tell a computer exactly what to do, it'll do exactly what you tell it. And if it doesn't, it's because you messed something up. You had a bug, or, I mean, hardware could be a problem if it's failing, but 99% of the time, if something's not working, it's your fault. Because you programmed it. Now, when you inherit other people's software, like I have with this, it's a different story. Sometimes you are fixing other people's stuff. Ooh, nice. 335 experience and items. We got some magic stuff here. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Looks like we got magic chainmail and darts. Sweet. See, it was so ridiculous. All of these would have been magical. The amount of experience and items and magic stuff you get, it was so off. This is so much better. We just got 2 magic things. So now let's equip magic chainmail. Perfect. Rest we're gonna leave. Primal says it was shortened to save time, and now people think only the first part applies. Yeah, that's true. There's always bad phrases that people repeat. Like we only use 10% of our brains. That's been around for so many years, which is so wrong. Let's see. Yes, we're going to stay. Mr. Spock says, I wouldn't have lasted long fixing computers if I said the first thing that came to my head sometimes. But most of the time, people are nice in my line of work. Yeah, I have had the same experience, Mr. Spock. There were a couple customers I did have to fire. That's what I call it. And what by that, I mean I did the job that they wanted, but then I never would accept their work again. If they wanted work, as no, I think someone else is better off serving you, and you just give them a recommendation of another place to go, and then you're kind of silently firing them. But that was only because I own the business. Hey, says Tam, welcome. How are you doing? Moody says that's why I like private tutoring. I can call out students who don't hold up their end of the bargain. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Sounds like you're not meant to work for others then, Moody. You're meant to work for yourself. Uh-oh. We got another battle. All right, Jimmy. Let's see if you can run back there and Jimmy this guy. Nice. Stunned. Yeah, exactly, Primal. So many things said incorrectly. Toothless says, I worked 13 years at a computer repair technician. The only problems I ever really had were bosses, and even then, very rare. Yep. And Mr. Spock says, I put up with a lot for cash. I will say that. Yeah, I mean, when you're in business for yourself, you have no choice, right? I mean, if you started to speak your mind to everyone, you'd be out of business right away. So there's good and bad in everything, that's for sure. Well, Moody, I hope you find a good job that you can do that fits your personality. Okay, who are we going to try to charm? This guy. Perfect. Okay. This guy's confused. Moody says, pun time. I worked replacing airplane rears. It was a retail store. Ooh. I think Jimmy just got his first critical hit. He just killed that mage. It was a critical strike. Nice. I guess we'll do animal growth to speed this up. wanders away. Hit him from behind. Mr. Spock says sometimes there are work in the back retail jobs where we don't have to deal with customers that can help. Yeah, good point. Like stocking type situation. Light crossbow, nice. I think Moody specializes in those. Let me look. No. Is it Jimmy? Yeah. Jimmy gets a magic light crossbow. The rest I don't care about. Let's get rid of one of these. Jimmy says the mage was looking at me funny. Yeah. Well, he got it. Tom says, was he hooded? Does he wear hoods? Does Kiffer wear hoods? I don't think so. I haven't seen him wear a hood. Mages. Stunned. Let's do animal growth. It's just too good to not do. Crossbow wars. I think that mage had blank because we didn't penetrate him after he went, and we had animal growth on, which gives us really good Thaco. Yeah, Thaco of 8 with 2 attacks. Zero experience in items. That's okay. It's got some vials. Probably acid. I want to try animal reduce. Just for fun. Let's reduce the next set of enemies. Jimmy says Kiffer does have a cyber wizard staff trademark, so I wouldn't put it past him. I'm certain he had some role in SSI back when he was 8 years old, so I wouldn't be shocked by a self-insert into the game. All right, Jimmy. Here we go, animal reduce. Let's check out their hit points. So 40, 42, 30, 40. Let's do it right here. Shrinks to half their size. Yeah, his hit points went to 20. 15 and 21. Mage only has 9 now. That's a bad day for them. Who isn't reduced? Monk is punching him down. Really getting useful now. Mr. Spock says, not Cybermage? Yeah, like the D.W. Bradley game. Moody says, fun fact, New Orleans got about a foot of snow. I heard about that. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. We're not used to that. No magic items, that's fine. I definitely like animal growth better because I get to control it more. Let's see how close we are to level up. Cleric, 25,000. Monk, 15,000. That's going to be a big deal. Druid, wow. Already only 30,000. Fighter, 30,000. Cavalier's quite a ways off, 50,000. Barbarian's even farther. 68,000 or so. 62,000. Okay. I'm going to do a fight against all of these. There's a whole bunch of fighters in here. And we can prep for this. Let's do a bless. Aid. Prayer. Hey, you! Get out of the magistrate's office. We're gonna stay. Okay, here we go. We're gonna summon animals. Going to use Sonic Blast. Wow. They all resisted. Moody says, do druids and monks in your remaster have the restrictions when they get to higher levels? They are only limited number of high-level druids and monks. No, there's no set limit because it's assuming there's no one that high in the area. I mean, the game doesn't know any better. The only limit is the experience it takes to get there, which is super high. It's not super practical. Mr. Spock says, cast summon animals. Did someone call me? But can they resist our wild boars, Jimmy asked. That, yeah, exactly. That's the question. Enraged. Wow. These guys are tough. Destroyed his shield. Let's try a Sonic Blast again. Panicked. Confused. Stunned. That's much better. Says, let's try to get another one under control. Failed. Boat ladder, you still have a Sonic Blast. Let's put you over here. Falls into a deep sleep. In contrast to wild boars that put everyone to sleep. Oh, BORES. That's funny. Moody says, if I work retail, I need to work for a company where corporate and management has spines. Yeah, you won't know any better though, Moody. That's the problem. I don't think that's going to happen. You got to look at it from their perspective. Because they own the business. And if you can't do that, then like I said, you shouldn't be working for them. Because they're not a good match for you. Probably better off being in business for yourself. Okay, Bo can try one more. Send it up here. Confused, enraged. Okay, well, 2's better than none, right? Jimmy says, did you see that, Ham? He leaned over to pull a chair moving lever. Well, that's my dog down there, my little dog. She doesn't like me to stream long periods. That would be funny if I had some kind of like Scooby-Doo lever I'm pulling to move things around. This guy's confused. This guy's not. Let's try to hold him. Automated chair on wheels. Held. No, I just held my own Sentinel Keep guy. There we go. Wow. Yeah, I really need to make the icons big when you get enlarged or animal growth, so that more things could surround you and attack you. That should be one of the side effects. It's just not going to be easy to pull off. Because it's going to look weird if I make it too high. Because it'd be stretched. And if I make it 4x4, it would look better. But then it's kind of doing like... It's not being like giants. With giants, they're 1x2. So that's the biggest challenge I got facing that. Jimmy says that's like Farrah and Kiffer. She comes in and yells at him. I encourage her to claw and bite him. Moody says Scooby-Doo lever. All Scooby-Doo does is eat Scooby snacks. Like, you know, the villains in Scooby-Doo always have some kind of weird lever. Like that reveals a secret door or whatever. Oh, we're done. Oh, I guess not. Thought we were done. Now we were. That's more like it. 1,800 experience and 1,100 in items. Let's see what we got. A gold fork and a candelabra. Magic light crossbow. 2 magic quarrels, another magic light crossbow, magic chainmail. Quarrels, quarrels, crossbow. Perfect. You have defeated the first wave. We're going to leave. We're not doing that again. Tom says if Farrah ever listens, we need to send her a treat. Oh, if she scratches Kiffer, you mean? You guys. So mean to your entertainers. Here they're providing you entertainment, and you give them a hard time. I don't know about that. Moody says, remember the mystery part of my name was due to being a fan of Scooby-Doo. Yeah, I do remember that. I've actually mentioned that on my stream before. Okay. So how close are we? Well, he's totally overloaded. Let's go back to... Well, actually, we could do that here. Let's go to the magic shop and sell some stuff. So these quarrels we're going to give to Jimmy because he can shoot magic quarrels. Get rid of the gold fork, candelabra. Get rid of these light crossbows so we can get some experience. Chainmail's worth 388. Let's sell that too. I do want to keep one. Okay, he has heavy crossbow. Longbow. Okay, nobody else light crossbow, so we'll sell it. Magic darts. Let's sell them. Okay. This is a dart of hornet's nest. We can tell by how much it costs. I'm actually going to hang on to that. Broadsword I'll get rid of. Oh, and I want to see if the barbarian can equip these yet. Nope, level's still too low. Okay. Let's get some of this identified. Trying to find what's magical. Mace +3. Why do I have that on you? Put that on boat ladder. They go 14. 13. There we go. Zoinks! Jimmy says, Ham and I are also entertained by justice, which one day Kiffer will be brought to as he's hauled off in leg irons. Mace +1, I'm going to sell. Other saddle sell. Okay. I think we've got it all identified. Is it Toothless that uses long swords? No, it's bow. Okay. Now to see anything we want to buy. We can't afford too much. Could afford some +1 arrows. That actually might not be bad. Okay, and then Saztan. You're using a heavy crossbow. Bow. You can use some magic arrows. All right, good. Perfect. We got 1,000 gold left over. Or really 1,000 platinum. That's 5,000 gold. Mr. Spock says, best food reviewer game in the business. Oh, Kiffer? He does review snacks on his stream, doesn't he? Although he's always scamming his viewers with what is what. Okay, this is a bit dangerous. Jimmy destroyed his dagger. Moody lost his spell. Wow. That was strong. Jimmy says, sure, if you like scams. Did you lose hit points? You got hurt, if that's what you ask. You probably looked at him when he... Ooh, a critical hit again. Look at that. Jimmy got another critical hit. You probably looked at the hit points after animal growth, which essentially almost doubled hit points, probably. Moody says, I'm not sure. I've done restaurant reviews on my stream. Yeah, Moody definitely has reviewed restaurants. Kiffer actually eats the food right there, Moody, on stream, and reviews the food right there. I think that's why he said that. Almost got them all, Toothless said, yeah. I really do want to try a run with psionic monks. I've implemented 3 more psionic disciplines past 24 hours. So we're getting almost all the disciplines implemented now. There are 47 in items. Okay, another light crossbow. Ah, a forced fight. I can't get out of it. Mr. Spock says, I place your restaurant reviews in a different category, Moody. Yeah, a different type of thing. Very informative, though. Thaco of 11. Let's see if he can hit this mage. Well done. And I mentioned on my Discord, this stream's going to have to be short. I wanted to sneak it in when I could. So I'll probably be quitting here in about 5 minutes. Toothless said, everyone will be kung fu fighting. Yeah. There's just so many good psionic disciplines. All right, let's try to hold him. All these things are just going to be so fun in Pool of Radiance once I get around to trying to implement that. Their hands. Whoa, he just knocked them out. He just totally knocked him out, crumpled him. He had 50 hit points left, and Jimmy punched him 8 damage, and he collapsed. Oh, he might have been in a coma or deep sleep. I bet that's what happened there. I wasn't paying attention to what psionic effect was happening. Because the monks, I'm pretty sure they can only stun or do a direct kill to a humanoid. Yep, he's mad again. Okay, 154 in items. Another light crossbow. I need to keep my eye out for field and full play too, because it is possible that they get upgraded to that. And that's not magical, you know, so it wouldn't show up as magical. Jimmy says, do you think you'll have to redo Pool of Radiance from scratch using this Curse Remaster engine, or you think you'll be able to bring assets over, like maps and such? It's a good question, Jimmy. I messed around when I first was kind of unfamiliar with this engine. I messed around with trying to pull some stuff in, and the only thing I was able to pull in was the Pool of Radiance splash screen. But I didn't know hardly anything about the engine at the time. So I'm hopeful that I'll be able to pull in, like I'm already pulling in monsters. That's how the summons work. Those tigers that you see summoned in, those are from Pool of Radiance. So monster stuff I've already got done. Graphics I've done. the biggest challenge is the way the game engine works. It has its own instructions. It's like, I don't know if you've ever heard of how Sierra did their own engines for King's Quest and stuff. There's like AGI engine. They had a couple different versions. So they have their own instructions that execute in its own internal engine. That's the biggest challenge, is trying to figure out what all that stuff means. If I could somehow decode all that and figure it out, then I can run those instructions through this engine and potentially just translate them. If I can't figure that out, that's when I'm basically going to have to redo all the triggers, all the maps, all that stuff I'll have to do from scratch, which I will do if it comes down to that. You know, that's worst case scenario. And that would take me a lot longer to implement it that way. So I feel like no matter what, it's probably going to take me at least a month or two to even figure out if I can decode all those instructions. And if I can, then I'll be 90% done. So that's my hope. And if I can't do that, then it's going to take me probably, I don't know, 6 months, maybe even longer to recreate everything from the game. Which I'll do that, but that's just the very slow process. If I do that, what I'm going to do is externalize everything. I'm going to make XML files for all the events, all the things that happen in the game, because at that point, I'm recreating the game. So I might as well make it all its own thing, that then I can make other future games the same way. So I could create a whole new adventure using those external files. And then potentially other people could even make their own games if they know how to manipulate those, XML files, for example. So there's good and bad in both. No matter what, it's going to happen. It's just, how long is it going to take, and how painful is it going to be? Yeah, I got the monster sprites. Toothless says there are some special things that exist only in Pool of Radiance. Yep. That is very true. You could pretty much clear all the sectors if you killed specific enemies and killed enough random groups. Yeah, all that's the kind of stuff that is their own instructions. So like Animate Dead, for example, was only in Pool of Radiance. But you can see I've recreated all the spells that were in the other Gold Box games, plus way beyond that, and the psionic abilities and all that. That stuff I can do for sure without much pain. It just takes time. The painful part is trying to decode their internal instructions and what the heck those things mean. So you guys can give me moral support as I go through that process once I get there and root me on to help me to be able to figure that out, hopefully. Mr. Sachs says, but if you have to do it, it'll be easier going forward. Yes, exactly. For the next ones, then, I could create brand new games. I've got so many ideas, guys, in my head that I want to do. It's just all a matter of time. I want to have an online arena where you can compete your party against another party, and it's online, so that like my server will allow you to join and fight against a given party. People could wager, not real money, they could wager in game. Other people could witness the fights. I want to do that kind of thing. I want to have it where you can all be in the same game world, wandering around in Curse of the Azure Bonds. And if one person sells something in a shop, some other player could see it. So just all kinds of things. Yeah, kind of like Neverwinter Nights, only you have a whole party, not just not just one character. But there's so many ideas, time's the problem. We'll have to see what wins out. I want for sure to redo games. I want to redo Pool of Radiance, Secrets, all those, and hopefully even the Kryn games and Savage Frontier, but it's just time. Tula says also a specific automatic difficulty built in. If you modified your adventure's max stats, you'd be facing more enemies than normal. Yeah, and I've already done some of that stuff for you, like with swapping items and all this stuff I've done. It's the same concept. So I could very easily do that in this new engine. That's how I'm able to say, the enemies feel overwhelmed. Do you want to allow them to flee? Just I can do anything. It's just a matter of time and how much to put into it. Like the Psionics took me, I don't know how many weeks that took me to do. I feel like maybe 3 weeks. And I'm still working on it occasionally, adding in a discipline or two. But that was a big deal of effort for something that isn't seen very often because it's rare, but it's cool to have. So those are the kinds of things I like doing too. I told on Kiffer's stream that I'm going to implement werewolves and all the lycanthrope type things. So I want to put that in, even though that's rare. But I want to get all that into the engine before I start doing the other games because I don't want to have to go back and redo stuff in the Curse of the Azure Bonds Remaster if I do something new in Pool of Radiance. I want that one engine to be kind of universal, so I'm trying to get all that stuff done before I do that. Mr. Spock says, step 1, become a millionaire. Step 2, do it all. Yeah, exactly. If I didn't have a full-time job, I could spend a lot more time on things. Jerry says, step 3, tacos. Yeah, that's right. Sadstan would probably argue step 1 is tacos. Especially on Taco Tuesday. But yeah, just so many things we can do. It's just a matter of time. Mr. Spock says, I have step 3 down. Jerry says, you can skip steps 1 and 2 and go directly to 3. That's true. It only benefits the person on step 3, though. All right, guys. Well, I think we'll call it here. Toothless says, I think your way is better way to manage difficulty than just generic settings in Silver Blades or newer titles. They affect hit points and saving throws of enemies anyway. Yeah. And the other thing is the formula I've put in to calculate power of the enemies is way better than what these gold box engines did. Like I take into account all kinds of things, the abilities, what's currently active, and I weigh those. I put weights to them. Like a Bless might give a power boost of 30 versus Enlarge giving a power boost of 200. Something as a Dragon Breath attack, it increases its power estimate by 3,000. So I've put in very calculated power calculations. So I could even adjust things based on that. I could take the formula and say, oh, it looks like your power's 200 overall, but you're facing something that's 800. If I want to scale back a bit, I can decrease their power to 500, and then that's what you face. But all that'll just be tweaked over time. Testing is key. The more people that test and share their feedback, and the more I test and see, that's too strong or that's not strong enough, that's where I can tweak all that stuff. Yeah, my pleasure, guys. Thanks for hanging out. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.